Now on 18 Eyewitness News.
The Poplar Bluff kidnapper had more victims and more charges are expected. Three Rivers College opens a public computer center in Clearwater High School. Plus, a little fish could have a big impact in Perry County. These stories are coming up.
The wind is blowing and it's chilly out in southeast Missouri, but the one thing that is nice is the sunshine. Well, last for the weekend, I'll let you know coming up in your Storm Tracker weather forecast.
Coverage you can count on. This is 18 Eyewitness News.
Hello everybody, I'm Fred Dawkins. Thanks for joining us, and here are the top stories that we're working on for you at this hour. Well, the investigation into Jeffrey Dean Shelton continues. Authorities believe the Poplar Bluff man had more victims. The 45-year-old Shelton was arrested Wednesday after kidnapping 5-year-old Abigail Bertroth. According to media reports, authorities searching Shelton's computer have found evidence of him in graphic contact with another child as well as other victims, one of which has been identified. Now, officers will be seeking additional charges in connection with their findings. Shelton made his first court appearance Thursday, waiving arraignment on charges of domestic assault, felonious restraint, burglary, and child kidnapping. The domestic assault charge stems from Shelton's girlfriend's account that he beat her and restrained her with duct tape when she was found. Abigail in Shelton's home was found early Wednesday morning. Well, now Dustin Kopp is here with a look at our first forecast. Dustin?
Good evening, Fred. Good evening, everybody. Looking at current conditions throughout southeast Missouri. It's on the chilly side, much different than it was this time yesterday. As though yesterday temperatures started falling, we're now into the 40s, 48 in Festus, 47 in St. Genevieve and Fredericktown, warmer in Piedmont, 49, as well as in Poplar Bluff, 48 in Cape Girardeau, as well as in Van Buren. Clear skies at 7 p.m., 45 degrees, 41 by 9. Clear skies at midnight with temperature around 38. More details on the chilly forecast coming up in just a little bit in your Storm Tracker weather forecast.
Three Rivers College has opened a new computer center at Clearwater High School. Superintendent Blaine Keel tells 18 Eyewitness News that the new center will be available to students during the daytime and the public in the evening.
We are opening that to the community in the evening, that kind of thing. Of course, it's another bonus for our kids because they can go in there and use it, and that gives us at the high school, it gives us a couple really nice computer labs that our students can use to do online courses, search the internet for research projects and things like that.
Three Rivers got a grant to pay for the 25 computers, furniture, and technical support. And Keel says they have already got some classes planned.
We're right now getting ready to offer some courses. Some of our senior citizens don't exactly always know how to use the latest technology, and so we are getting ready to offer a course that is going to teach them how to use a computer and things like that, where they can use technology to their benefit.
Keel says the center will be open to the public for general computer use, but they haven't set the hours yet. This is the first public computer center opened in Wayne County. A small fish could make a big impact in Perry County. The U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service says the grotto sculpin, a cave-dwelling fish found only in Perry County, is in danger of becoming extinct. So the service is proposing to add the sculpin to the endangered species list and designate a critical habitat, which could affect private landowners in Perry County. Now, there will be an informational meeting at the Perryville Higher Education Center Tuesday evening from 5 until 8. For more information, including questions and answers from the Wildlife Service, click this story at our website, kdkz18.com. The Down Home Entertainment Gospel Music Fundraiser starts at 7 o'clock tonight at Bobby Powell's Arcadia Valley Jamboree. Bobby tells us that the concert features a lot of local talent.
We've got different churches taking part in it and singing their songs and doing their musical talents.
The admission fee will be donated to the Arcadia Valley Food Pantry in Pilot Knob, and folks going to the concert are encouraged to bring non-perishable food items to donate as well. And when we come back on 18 Eyewitness News, an area educator raises a question about the state education standards. That story coming up only on 18 Eyewitness News.
When you're looking for quality home furnishings, appliances, and more, look no further than Heartland Furniture and Appliance. Heartland Furniture and Appliance offers great low prices every day with 90 days same as cash. Easy payment plans to fit your budget, no hassle leasing, and great customer service. With 3 locations to better serve you, the customers, in Donovan, Dexter, and Piedmont on both sides of Main Street. Heartland Furniture and Appliance. Call 223-3200.
Let it wash you this morning. Oh, the blood of Jesus shed for me. What a sacrifice that saved my life. With the blood, it is my victory.
Take control of your future by enrolling at the Unitech Career Center. Discover a new career with Unitech's nursing programs or the opportunities with Unitech's sheet metal fabricating program, or turn your hobby into a career with Unitech's power sports equipment program. From electrical trades to automotive technology programs, the first step to a well-paying future starts at the Unitech Career Center, Raider Road in Bonne Terre. For adult information, call 358-3011. For high school information, call 358-2271.
You're watching 18 Eyewitness News with Fred Dawkins and Chief Weathercaster Dustin Kopp. 18 Eyewitness News continues.
The next cycle of the Missouri School Improvement Program gets started next school year. Lesterville School Superintendent Erlene Fox tells 18 Eyewitness News that the district has performed well in the current cycle.
A lot of it is unknown for the 5th cycle that they're getting ready to go into. It's a learning process for all of us. The 4th cycle, the one that we're just finishing up, we did very well with. 3 years we've been distinguished.
Fox says while she's pleased with the students' performance, she is concerned the standards may be pushing a bit too high too soon.
When I taught 16 years ago in 4th grade, you know, it was learn your multiplication facts in 4th grade. That's being pushed down to almost 2nd grade now, 1st to 3rd grade. And sometimes I don't think the kids are developed enough to have all these concepts so early.
The Missouri Department of Elementary and Secondary Education instituted the program back in 1990 with the goal of raising the state's school system to one of the top 10 in the nation by 2020. Whole Kids Outreach is holding its annual Fall Festival this Saturday. Center Director Stacy Moore tells 18 Eyewitness News it's going to be a fun event for kids of all sizes.
Lots of games and face painting, and we have our art room open, and there'll be a pumpkin patch, so the children will all go ahead and get pumpkins. We have pony rides that will go on. Stacy says there will be a free chili lunch for everyone, and then the big event gets underway right afterwards. Our final event of the day will be what we call the cakewalk, and that seems to be a huge thing out here in Ellington. And we do a game of all freshly homemade cake. Registration opens Saturday morning at 9:30 with the festivities running from 10 until 2. Whole Kids Outreach is located on Highway 21, just 6 miles south of Ellington. Well, as mountain lions continue to migrate to southeast Missouri, Reynolds County seems to have quite an attraction. Now, you'll recall County Commissioner Wayne Henson captured one back in January. Thursday, the Missouri Department of Conservation confirmed a photograph of a mountain lion taken by a trail camera on October the 10th in the Current River Conservation Area. That's located about 5 miles south of Ellington. Mountain lions are naturally shy of humans and generally pose little danger. However, if you're confronted by one, you should make yourself as big as possible, make loud noises, and slowly back away. Well, still to come on 18 Eyewitness News, talking to teens on their terms. We'll find out why some doctors are taking to texting and how it's paying off, coming up on Your Health.
We're finally made it to the weekend. The weather's going to be nice, sunny-wise, but how high will the temps go? I'll let you know coming up next in your Storm Tracker weather forecast.
When someone comes in a Mineral Area's emergency department, our focus is giving them the best treatment in the quickest manner possible. We track every single patient, sending the doctors information before they even walk in the room. We have dedicated X-ray and CT equipment in our emergency department. We don't have to waste any time running all over the hospital. We know that minutes count in an emergency, and you can count on ER Plus at Mineral Area Regional Medical Center.
Now, here's your Storm Tracker 18 weather forecast with Chief Weathercaster Dustin Kopp.
And welcome back. It's a chilly day here in southeast Missouri, and it's going to be a chilly night. Locally, we're seeing temperatures right now in the 40s. I'll get to that in just a few seconds. But right now, looking at weather headlines, we have a freeze warning that's in effect from 3 a.m. to 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. Sunshine continues through the weekend, and much cooler air continues as well. 48 right now in Festus, 47 in Potosi and St. Genevieve, as well as in Fredericktown. Ironton 46, 48 in Ellington, Van Buren, 49 in Piedmont and Poplar Bluff. And right now in Cape Girardeau, we have 48 degrees. Currently here at the studio, we have a clear, mostly clear sky for the most part, 47 degrees, and that's what it feels like out there. Current dew point 28 right now. Current humidity 46% with a north wind at 9 miles per hour. High pressure system over the Midwest throughout southeast Missouri as well, giving us nice weather for your day on Saturday. We'll see clear skies for tonight, low around 31. 30s for the most part. 30 in Festus, 33 in St. Genevieve, Fredericktown 32. Off to our west in Ellington 33, 30 in Van Buren, and 35 in Poplar Bluff. Then for tomorrow, sunny skies, high around 51, north wind 5 to 10. Throughout southeast Missouri, mid-50s for a lot of areas. 55 in Festus, 54 in Potosi, 56 in Ironton, Piedmont, 56 and 57 down in Poplar Bluff. The next several days are looking like this throughout southeast Missouri. On your Saturday, once again, high in the low to mid-50s. Sunday, plenty of sunshine, low 50s for highs. Monday, we're starting to warm back up just a little bit. Mostly sunny, 52. Mid-50s for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday of next week with plenty of sunshine. Another look at a weekend forecast, low 50s to mid-50s for highs on Saturday, plenty of sunshine. Low 50s on Sunday with a mostly sunny sky. That's a check of your Storm Tracker weather forecast. More details located at KDKZ18.com. Just click on the weather tab. Fred, back to you.
If you've got a teenager in the house, you know that texting has become the most preferred form of communication. It's a trend that's catching the attention of some doctors too, not because they see texting as a problem, but an opportunity. Here's Clark Powell with more.
For all the hours Ryan Brill spends on the playground, he knows it only takes a split second for something to go wrong. Just weeks ago, Ryan fell while playing on one and ended up in the hospital with a badly broken leg.
You just don't think about stuff like that when you let your kids go out and play on a playground. It's just something you just don't think about.
Unfortunately, it is something Dr. Kathy Nuss thinks about, especially this time of year. She and her team at Nationwide Children's Hospital have charted injuries that cause kids to be hospitalized. Nuss, who is also with Ohio State University, says there are some very familiar seasonal patterns. Consistently topping the list of the top 5 ways that summer injuries occur are falls. Things like trampolines can prove dangerous, but most often, as in Ryan's case, injuries come from things that parents may assume are much safer.
Kids tend to be top heavy. Our younger kids fall and hit their heads a lot, so we see a lot of head injuries. In the summer, though, we see a lot of falls from playground equipment.
At number 2 are bike injuries, usually from kids not wearing helmets. Also, injuries on motorized vehicles like scooters and ATVs. Burns are in the top 5, but not always from fireworks. This is an injury that differs according to age groups and may be something parents don't often think about.
The younger kids that are climbing or pulling food off the counter, they tend to get scald burns. Our older kids, particularly in the teenagers, most of their burns are sustained from direct contact with fire.
Vehicle accidents round out the top 5. While kids have little control over them, they can be made worse for kids if parents don't use car seats properly.
Doing good on them.
Doctors say you may not be able to avoid the top 5 causes for injuries entirely, but keeping a close eye on your kids this summer is the one thing that's sure to help. At Nationwide Children's Hospital, this is Clark Powell reporting.
The teens in the study said getting reminders from their parents to take their medicine felt way too much like nagging, but it didn't feel that way coming from their doctor. As for using texting to discuss patients' conditions, Dyer admits that doctors need to be careful about conversations, but should not shy away from the new technology. Coming up in today's Your Life segment on 18 Eyewitness News, how to fight off the marriage blahs in today's Focus on the Family.
Your Health is brought to you by Parkland Health Mart Pharmacy. Parkland Health Mart Pharmacy of Deloge. We're caring for you and about you is our business. From taking time to explain your medication, offering a caring touch, to a full line of medical equipment, supplies, and diabetic shoes. We'll help you understand your options and assist you with Medicare drug plan enrollment with a comfortable waiting area, convenient drive-through or free delivery. Caring for our neighbors is our business. Your locally owned Parkland Health Mart Pharmacy just off of Highway 67 at the Deloge exit. When you're recovering from a traumatic injury, the last thing you need is an unexpected bill. Because most health insurers pay only a part of air transport, Archair Medical has a solution, the Omni Advantage program. For a membership fee of $49 per year, Omni Advantage guarantees you and other covered family members will not have to pay anything that your health insurer doesn't provide. In an extraordinary emergency, the last thing you need to worry about is cost. Contact Archair Medical or visit them on the web to discover all the advantages of Omni Advantage.
You know, it may sound kind of funny, but sometimes the best way to light a fire in your marriage is to follow the example of a teenager. Dr. Bill Meyer explains on Focus on the Family.
Even though we've been married 13 years and have 4 children, to put ourselves in the mindset of, well, what would we have done 13, 16 years ago, and do those things.
Tasha and Kelly Williams are not letting the spark die out in their marriage.
Come here.
They've discovered a great way to inject new life into their relationship. Think like a teenager.
I think that has been what has created greater intimacy and greater emotion for us and taken us out of the staleness of marriage because it makes it new.
Well, we love to go parking, so I mean that's
All of us remember the craziness of our dating days, the flirting and the excitement. But after we get married, that type of excitement tends to wane. If we don't work at it, our relationship can grow stale and routine. If things have become a bit dull in your marriage, why not try revisiting some of the enjoyable times that brought you together in the first place?
This is the way it used to be, walking through the woods.
We're going to build into our relationship the time to be able to reflect back upon what our relationship was like in those earlier years and to keep the romantic spark alive. And I think that is very meaningful, very powerful for the relationship.
No one really loses their passion. They just lose their passion for that person. And the question is, why is that? And are you willing to wrestle and struggle with how to get that back?
And part of keeping the passion, keeping it fresh and new and exciting is to plan out what highlights you have ahead of you.
A lot of couples feel like they've experienced each other, and we would argue that they haven't.
They've only just begun.
Tasha and Kelly provide a great example for every married couple. Keeping your relationship vital simply requires a bit of effort and some creativity. For Focus on the Family, I'm Dr. Bill Meyer.
He's the boss around here.
For more valuable information on life's issues, relationships, and family, please visit our website, kdkz18.com, and click on Focus on the Family. Today's Plugged In Movie Review looks at the new movie, Chasing Mavericks.
1987. I pulled an 8-year-old kid out of the surf. A few years later, I discovered our journey together was far from over.
Based on a true story, the movie Chasing Mavericks introduces us to a budding young California surfer back in the early 90s named Jay Moriarty. Not too far from their Santa Cruz home, and for a handful of weeks each winter, super waves dubbed the Mavericks pound the shoreline. Very few dare to surf them, and for that matter, back in those days, very few even knew they existed.
What are you talking about? The biggest wave in the world. Mavericks. It's real.
But one of the few who knows, and he's skilled enough to ride them, just happens to be Jay's nearby neighbor, Frosty. Once Jay discovers this well-guarded fact, he begs Frosty to train him to tackle the Mavericks. However, simply having a personal trainer may not be enough. For one thing, Frosty requires a very strict training regimen, insisting that Jay will not be allowed to attempt these super waves until he can paddle a surfboard 36 miles and hold his breath for 4 minutes.
You know what? I'm not even going to acknowledge that just happened.
At its heart, Chasing Mavericks is a film about the power of a mentor. It also underscores the importance of parenthood, a good work ethic, and how to calmly handle bullying. On the downside, Jay is not always honest, and he makes a few unwise decisions, such as sneaking into a public pool and diving into it from a roof. I'm giving Chasing Mavericks 4.5 longboards out of 5 for family friendliness. For an in-depth review of this film, or really anything that's playing at your local cinema, check out PluggedIn.com or download one of our smartphone apps. Plugging you into the movies, I'm Bob Waliszewski for Focus on the Family's Plugged In Movie Review.
For more valuable information on current movies, DVD releases, as well as music, games, TV shows, and more, please visit our website, KDKZ18.com, and click on the Plugged In Movie Review.
And coming up in sports, what are the questions the Cardinals should be asking their bullpen? Mizzou is going to try for the 4th time to get their first SEC win, and St. Louis is going to host in the New England Patriots Sunday in London. It's coming up right here in sports on 18 Eyewitness News.
Attention, Accutane warning. If you have Crohn's disease, ulcerative colitis, or inflammatory bowel disease, it may have been caused by the acne drug Accutane. Accutane victims have recently been awarded millions of dollars. Do not delay. There are time deadlines to file a claim.
Call the Rely On Group now to be connected with an experienced attorney. There is absolutely no risk on your part. You don't owe us a penny unless we are successful.
Call the Rely On Group at 800-698-3105.
If you have diabetes and you're on Medicare, call now to get the new talking meter. These new meters are more accurate, they're easier to use, and the best news is you don't have to prick your fingers anymore. Arriva makes it simple. They bill Medicare directly. There are no upfront costs. And they deliver your supplies right to your door for free.
For more information, call 1. This is Sports Zone, only on 18 Eyewitness News.
While almost every Cardinal starter has a question mark by his name, except for Adam Wainwright, St. Louis found a pretty reliable formula for locking up games by the 7th inning. Edward Mujica in the 7th, Mitchell Boggs in the 8th, and Jason Mott is their closer. But beyond that trio, there are a number of question marks still to be answered. What's the best way to use flamethrower Trevin Rosenthal? Is Sam Freeman ready to be the lefty specialist if Cards cut ties with Mark Zipchinski? And who becomes your long reliever with Kyle McClellan gone? The good news for the St. Louis Cardinals is if they need an additional arm for the pen, it shouldn't cost too much. The St. Louis Rams are going to be hosting the New England Patriots Sunday in London. New England isn't playing like the Pats of the last decade, losing close games with a record just over 500. The Rams are under first-year head coach Jeff Fisher. They've been competitive in most of their games, with their defense forcing turnovers and giving the offense an opportunity to win. St. Louis is the designated home team, and you have to think the Brits wouldn't cheer on for a bunch of Patriots from New England. Mizzou is celebrating homecoming this weekend, and the Tigers hope to commemorate the event with their first win against a Southeast Conference foe. Mizzou is 0-4 in the SEC this season, and they're playing the only team in the conference with the worst record, Kentucky, who's 0-5. And that's Today in Sports. Fred and Dustin, guys, it's back to you.
Thanks a lot, Aaron. Let's take a quick check of that storm tracker extended forecast once again. The weekend's looking nice, plenty of sunshine, low 50s for highs. The same for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday of next week. Mid to upper 50s for highs with more sunshine to go with those temperatures. So maybe with the cooler temperatures, it'll feel warmer with that sunshine. That does it for 18 Eyewitness News at 6 o'clock. The news doesn't stop here, though. Just go to our website, kdkz18.com, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We hope you have a good evening. Newswatch is next. We'll see you tonight at 10, right here on 18 Eyewitness News.
Do you see news happening in your neighborhood? Email us at news@kdkz.tv.
Here's what's coming up tonight on KDKZ 18.